This is the 2021 PBA Philippine Cup from the Don Honorio Ventura State University in Bacolor, Pampanga. Our first game for today features the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters taking on Northport Batang Pier. And now let's meet the starters first for the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. A 5'11 guard from Apol, Misamis Oriental, number 6, Ray Batang. A 5'11 guard from Nukban, Quezon, number 14, Andre Caracot. A 6'6 center from Orani, Bataan, number 2, Bradwin Quinto. A 6'5 forward from Lapu-Lapu City, Cebu, number 25, Leonard Santillan. And a 6'3 forward from Florida Blanca, Pampanga, number 7, JV Mocon. Head coach for Rain or Shine is Chris Gavina. And now the starters for Northport Batang Pier. A 6-foot guard from Ormoc City, Leyte, number 8, Robert Bole. A 6-foot guard also from Ormoc City, number 13, Garvo Lanete. A 6'4 forward from Imus Cavite, number 7, Sidney Olmubere. A 6'5 forward from San Simon, Pampanga, number 3, Jamie Malonzo. And a 7-foot center from Cebu City, number 24, Greg Slaughter. Head coach for Northport is Pito Harencho. Our referees for this game.
Your starters for Rain or Shine ng Bata, Karakot, Ginto, Mocon, and Santillan. A young crew for Coach Chris Gavina, Bolic, Lanete, Slaughter, Malonzo, and Onmubere on the other side. Para naman kay Coach Pito Harencio. And it will be Santillan with the unenviable task of jumping against Greg Slaughter. This tip-off is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. First possession of the ball game belongs to Northport Batang Pier.
Rain or Shine started, Coach Kevin starting with young, as he said, young players because he is going with what happened in the last game wherein these young players deserve to play, deserve to start, and gain this experience that they need.
In terms of skill, Leonard Santillan is a power forward. But in terms of his size, he fits more into the role of a PBA 3. But now, it looks like Coach Chris Gavina will challenge him to try and defend Greg Slaughter. A difficult situation for Santillan.
Difficult situation. To defend. Anybody will have problems with Greg because he's heavy. Inaabangan nila yung tira sa labas. But the only way to counter that is to play him, to play offense on the outside.
Strong move coming from Robert Bolic. He has been struggling with the shot a little bit in the past couple of games. But Robert Bolic will not stop trying to score. As you bet that nakalimutan na niya lahat nung nangyari in the past games. Just focus on this one, focus on helping Northport get a victory.
Yes, just forget about what happened the last game. It was one of those games, and then if they win today's game, then there still has a chance to get into the playoff round.
Pass was a little late coming from Jamie Malonzo. First look at this breakaway coming from Robert Bolic, completely erasing the defense of Andre Caracot, as this is a 4-0 start for Northport.
Andre Caracot has a task ahead of him defending the prolific scorer like Robert Bolic. We'll see how Rain or Shine defends Robert Bolic. Are they going to trap him and make him give up the ball?
The international basketball scene often calls that play the hammer. When someone drives to the middle of the court, tapos biglang papasa dun sa corner for the 3-point shot?
Yes, usually when somebody drives, it's a bailout pass really in the corner. Sometimes they set a back screen on the weak side, so the guy fading to the corner will get open.
And that is something that is definitely a part of Leonard Santillan's arsenal. Nauubusan ng shot clock. Itong Northport Batang Pier play took too long to develop. 4-3 in favor of Northport. Kaso coach, we just received news that Paulo Taha will not be available for Coach Pido Harencio in this ball game due to back spasms.
At laking bagay ni Paulo Taha. He might not have the numbers, but he gives those intangibles for Northport, like offensive rebounds, loose balls, defense, and he played pretty well the game before yesterday and the other day where he scored 20 points. But he played also a very good game against Magnolia he got a lot of loose balls and offensive rebounds.
10.8 points per ball game alongside 4 rebounds. Yan yung nawawala sa Northport because of the absence of Paulo Taha. Let's see if guys like Sidney Onwubere and Jamie Malonzo could make up for his absence. Onwubere attacks inside. Strong drive misses, but Greg Slaughter is there for the cleanup.
So we saw that they were trapping Bolick on the high ball screen, and it really makes you rotate, rotate to the shooters, and sometimes it will really leave you for the offensive rebound, which is what happened.
2 misses mula kay Reynang Batang as finally Northport grabs a rebound. Bolick against Mocon. Red Lion versus Red Lion. Tinirahan, harap-harapan. Bolick with a 3.
Bolick's such a all-around player, scorer. Talagang he has so many ways to score 3 points, penetrate, and not only can he score, he can also pass the ball.
That's a foul whistled against JV Mocon as he was trying to bother Greg Slaughter with a rebound. 9-3. Quick start for the Batang Pier here in the first quarter. It is important to have a good start para ipagpag mo na yung mga tira-tirang feelings from the last game, from the last loss against Magnolia. Forget about it all as long as you get a good start here against Rain or Shine.
Once you get once you get a good start, you forget about what happened the last game and concentrate or focus yourself on the game at hand.
Robert Bolick trying his luck from deep, very deep there in that 3-point attempt. He will come up short. 8.5 remaining in the first quarter. Handoff papunta kay Batak. He is defended by Lanete. Ball screen provided by Ginto. Mid-range jumper won't work. Rebound Onwubere. Almost losing that one. Si Onwubere, coach, who was a member of Rain or Shine in the PBA bubble, had, good moments under that squad, of course. With Coach Caloy Garcia still their head coach in the PBA bubble.
I like Onwubere. He just has to find his niche in the PBA. Will he be a rebounder, a scorer, a defender, somebody that does the right things? And that's not one of them. Pero kailangan hanapin niya yung kung saan siya magiging strength. Kasi he has the potential. He's pretty quick. He likes to go to the offensive boards. So the sooner he finds his niche under Coach Pido, the better for him.
Yung peg niya siguro dapat is someone like Sean Anthony, his teammate.
Yes, Sean Anthony, and I think he can also be like a Joe DeVance in terms of being a facilitator. Joe DeVance has great basketball IQ, and I think that Onwubere should be able to follow the footsteps of Joe DeVance.
Something that he can definitely improve on. A bit of self-control, no, Coach? Paminsan, he gets a little too aggressive, a little too physical, and these are the things that, take away from what he does well for Northport.
You're exactly right, yes. And so here you are again. He's trying to score when he probably is not a scorer. Opportunity, he has to find these opportunities to score.
Good block coming from Jamie Malonzo. Last line of defense there, napakagat sa fake itong si Greg Slaughter. Luckily for him, he has someone playing alongside him who is a great shot blocker. Not unlike, his tandem with Japet Aguilar with Barangay Ginebra. As you can see, saktong-sakto, the league leader in blocks is Japet, a former teammate of Slaughter. But Jamie Malonzo is also there, mostly as a help defender.
Yes, because Jamie Malonzo has good timing on the blocks. He can jump. He's physical also. Kaya I think the last game he had 3 or 4 blocks against Magnolia, and those are great blocks from the outside, from the help defense. Like what you said, he's a great help defender.
Because if you count them, 10 blocks, that's 20 points that you just saved. Kasi karamihan dun sa blocks ng Northport came with Magnolia shooting in the shaded area.
Yes, and pag nalusutan mo si Greg, Jamie Malonzo is the second defender. Or if Jamie Malonzo, if you beat Jamie Malonzo, then you have Greg Slaughter as the second defender. Not to mention the other big man like Onwubere, Sean Anthony. So size-wise, Northport has it.
Coach, as it is, where things are now, this is already a great performance for Northport considering nasan sila no PBA bubble. They did not have a shot at making it into the playoffs. They were one of the first teams to be eliminated. But seeing the potential of this squad, alam mong they are not just good enough to make it into the quarterfinals, they're good enough to actually get a run going in the playoffs.
I agree with you. They can be a semis team. You know? I'm not saying that they are a championship team now, but they can be a championship team. But I see them as a semi-finals team. And if Malonzo gets more exposure, Greg can get really assertive, and the bowling is always there, then Northport has really a very consistent future in the PBA.
Robert Bolick, as you can see, is our number 5 leading scorer in the league as he is on the line right now. Karamihan Guardia, aside from Ian Sanggalang, who's at 17.1 points per ball game. Terence Romeo, the leading scorer at 19, followed by Mikey Williams. But Terence is dealing with an injury right now. He's dealing with an issue with his heel.
Yes.
So it is not known yet if he will see action later. But at this stage, you might expect Coach Leo Austria to be a little more careful. Diba, baka tipirin muna si Terence Romeo instead of risking to play him now when their shot in the playoffs is already guaranteed.
Yeah, that's a possibility, especially that Alex Cabagnot is still not playing, so you don't want to ayaw mo mabutas na masyado. So he has a chance to rest Romeo in later's game. Pero hindi naman siya masyado masasaktan because he has a lot of guard lineups like he played Boise. He played Samar. Pag pinalaro mo si Boise, mahirap na.
Kaya pa naman,
Kaya
Coach.
pa,
Not
kaya
that we
pa.
doubt it.
Yung anak niya, si Samar.
Si Paul Zamar was the one who played 14-5 as Sean Anthony. We said he had his struggles from the field. That does not appear to be the case in this ball game against the Rainer Shine Elasto Painters. Immediate impact coming from Anthony as Northport is up 14-5. This time out is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Greg Slaughter was a difference maker on both ends of the floor against the Magnolia Hotshots. You're seeing his defensive highlights, denying shot after shot. But in that last moment, in the final 2 seconds of the game, he did not like the decision of Coach Pido Carencio to send him out of the ball game, which led to this basket for Calvin Abueva to win the ball game. Coach, everyone fixated on Greg Slaughter going out, Sidney Onubere coming in. But a lot of things also went wrong for Northport in that particular play. Isa lamang dyan, yung naging possibility ng entry pass. So many things also happened wrongly for them, allowing Magnolia to win that ball game.
Yes, that's right. Regardless of who is defending the inbounder should not have let the pass go inside the paint, which it did. Okay, that's one. Allow only passes with 2 seconds to go away from the basket. And the inbounder, whoever it is going to be, it really doesn't matter. That's the pass that he should not allow. But he allowed it. Second one was, there was a backpick situation between Polly and Calvin Abueva, which they did not switch. If they were able to switch that via correct communication, then the pass again will not be allowed inside. The only pass that could have been available was an outside pass. So we can't say that it's the inbounder's fault or the substitution's fault. No, it's a collective. If you watch the game or the details in what happened, there are so many things to pinpoint, mistakes that happened. That if they did it right, that situation wouldn't have happened.
Coach Jong, madali kasing mag-focus, di ba? Seeing the substitution, seeing the reaction of Greg Slaughter when he was subbed. It's so easy to focus on that. And sure, you can imagine what could have happened if there was a 7-footer defending the entry pass. Sure. But again, it was a combination of things instead of just one thing specifically.
Yes, because even if Greg was there and he still allowed the inside entry, then what's the what's the purpose of him having there? No, so it's not who is there. It is what the
It's the
defender,
job.
the job of the inbounder, what he will do, what he wants to accomplish. Same thing on the off-the-ball players. They're supposed to switch with 2 seconds to go, which they did not switch.
But it looks like Northport has already moved on from that situation. They will call a timeout right here, up by 7 points, 16-9 against Rain or Shine. Greg Slaughter was ejected of the ball game against the Terrafir Majib. He missed their last 2 games as well. But upon his return, it looks like he did not miss a beat. Coach Jong, 21, 8 and 5, 50% from the field.
It's so hard to defend Greg, only because aside from his size, he's heavy and he's got great post moves once he gets the ball in the paint. So Greg has to make a conscious effort to try to get the ball in the paint and just not get the ball like 15 feet away from the basket.
Coach Jong, we're all sports fans here. So let me extend my congratulations to Carlo Biado, no, our Q artist, winning the US Open. I mean, the first Filipino winner since Efren Bata Reyes did it in 1994. Alex Pagulayan won it in 2005 representing Canada. Pero yung nire-represent talaga yung Pilipinas, huli pa si Efren Reyes in 1994 and it happened earlier. So congratulations once again are in order kay Carlo Biado for winning the US Open.
Congratulations, Carlo. And I think we can excel in billiards. We've proven that we can excel in billiards. So, after Bata Reyes, that's why billiards became more popular.
Yeah, hopefully
for us Filipinos.
we see more competitions, more Filipinos competing abroad and winning at that. Couple of offensive rebounds already in this play para sa Northport. As Greg Slaughter is fouled, there is push. And you can see the frustration mula kay Bo Belga, di ba? Parang ako na yung tatao kay Greg. My job here is not to pick up rebounds. Someone has to do it for me.
Yes, that's your job. That's your job against Greg Slaughter is box him out. Don't make him get position on you, though it's very difficult. And they have a different matchup now. Imagine we have Gabe Norwood on Greg Slaughter. That's a different look that Coach Gabina has showed us.
Look at this, Coach. Our leading scorers, you saw all of the names there. Slaughter, Fajardo, Taha, Stan Hardinger, and Abueva. Calvin Abueva is 5 inches shorter than everyone else on that list.
But he plays big.
Yep.
He plays really big. And yun ang maganda kay Calvin Abueva, that though he doesn't have the same size as the others, he plays big physically and he plays big with the heart.
That's an important basket for Bo Belga because it will force Northport's defense to stretch out on him. And if that is Greg Slaughter, that just means you will not have to deal with a 7-foot defender in the shaded area if you are Rain or Shine.
That's the counter of playing against a big man, is bring him outside. And when you bring him outside, he has a choice to go out with you. If not, then you put the ball, then you shoot the 3-point shot. If he goes out on you, then you can put the ball on the floor.
Offensive foul on the
Belga called for an offensive foul
Kevin Ferrer for Jamie Malonzo.
as he picked up the rebound,
Nico Lorde for
but
Robert Boyd.
he felt that he needed to make space for himself. Initiated the contact. Sean Anthony sold the contact, and it allowed the referee to whistle an offensive foul.
Yes, he probably stuck his elbow, protected, but he stuck his elbow out, and it happened to hit Sean Anthony. If he did not hit the ball, Sean Anthony, then maybe the ref will not call a foul. Rain or Shine is in a zone right now because they are playing 4 small. So we'll see how Rain or Shine will break this. Will Northport, how they will break the defense, the zone defense of Rain or Shine.
But coach, it's clear that Rain or Shine is having trouble with their rebounding. No, kanina nakapulot na ng offensive rebounds itong Northport. In the zone, it's also very easy to allow offensive rebounds because you cannot box out a lot of people when you're guarding a spot instead of a man.
Yes, when you're in a zone, you want to really gang rebound or get to spots wherein most likely the ball will fall. So you've got always to be in a box type rebound or a triangle type rebound where you're closer to the rebounding areas, because you're correct in saying that you cannot really box out. You don't have box out responsibilities in the zone, except for the man who is defending the shooter.
2 minutes, 36.9 seconds left in the first quarter, 20-12. Couple of free throws for Jonathan Gray as Rain or Shine is already in the penalty situation. We thank you for joining us on PBA Rush. Carlo Pumintuan po kasama si Coach Jong with Chico. James Yap is in the ball game. He runs into trouble, kicks it out to Bo Belga. Another 3 on the way. Not this time, as Gabe Norwood picks up the offensive rebound.
Only foul on number 9, Nico Lorde. His first team foul for Northport.
Triple header for this Sunday. This is our first game. Susundan ng Magnolia Pambansang Manok Hot Shots versus the San Miguel Beermen. Before we wrap things up with a ball game between the Terra Firma Jeep and the Alaska Aces. That is an offensive foul. And sometimes that's how you deal with a pesky defender. You know, when he is invading your personal space, you extend your arms, you flail a little bit, pero pag tumama yan, pipituhan ka ng offensive foul.
Yeah, the way to counter a pesky defender is to dribble strong to the basket and take a step back to create space. And so you take away the pressure that the pesky defender is giving you.
So you use his aggression against him by taking the step back after penetrating strong.
And then you take a step back, it releases the pressure, because if you fight pressure with pressure, then he is at an advantage unless you are quicker than him.
A loose ball foul is called now against Northport Batang Pier. You know, this has been a call that the referees have been focusing on in this conference, yung pag-hook. You know, every hook, they will whistle it.
It's a foul, whether it is a defensive foul or an offensive foul, it's a foul. You just can't hook. And some players really do get away with it.
2 good moves coming from Bo Belga. Pero parehong hindi pumasok yung kanyang mga tira, as this is still an 8-point lead for Northport Batang Pier. Slaughter asking for the ball.
So still, Rain or Shine in a zone defense, and the offense is running through Greg in the post, which is, it's a pretty good idea, so that they collapse on Greg, and it lets a lot of people open from the outside or cuts to the basket.
And that was exactly what Sean Anthony did. Cut to the basket, received the ball, drew a foul. And since Rain or Shine is in penalty, 2 free throws for Sean Anthony. He was 9 of 10 from the free throw line, coach, in their last game. Doon talaga siya kumuha ng kanyang mga puntos.
He's got a great stroke, and it's good that he's not shooting too much threes now, unlike before. So he becomes a more efficient player for Northport.
First double-digit lead of the ball game, 22-12 in favor of the Batang Pier. Minute and 10 remaining. Belga putting the moves on Slaughter. Goes reverse. That is a great move coming from Big Bo.
Yes, if people can do that, if players can do that, use the backboard or use the ring as part of their defense or offense. I don't, but part of help protection. Yeah, from the block of Greg, then by all means.
Nice entry pass. Greg Slaughter catches that too deep.
You see, that's the dilemma when you're in a zone. If the ball gets to the high post area, will the middleman take the high post area? If the middleman takes the high post area, Greg will be open underneath. If the middleman doesn't take the high post area, the shot from the 15-foot free throw line is open.
So that is the game basically for Rainer Shine's defense. What will you allow for Northport Batang Pier? Nabasa na ni Greg Slaughter yung reverse attempt ni Bo Belga. Oh, Nico Elorde just slicing up the defense and scoring with his N1 opportunity.
But I like what Northport is doing. I've been saying that Rainer Shine keeps themselves in the game by slowing the tempo down. And if you don't sprint back, they have fast breaks. They're a very conservative defensive team and keeping the ball in front of them. And the only shot that you will end up is a jump shot. So the way to counter that really is to up tempo the game and get early offense, which is what Northport is really doing now.
You know, the perfect example of just the prototypical Rainer Shine game was that win against Magnolia. You know, scoring in the 70s, pulling it out in the end,
Right.
grind it out victory. Yun yung laro talaga ng Rainer Shine.
Correct. And if you don't get quick transition offense, you will fall into the trap. Now, at the other side of the coin, they scored 95 points against San Miguel. But that's because San Miguel did not sprint back on defense and gave them 18 fast break points, which is really a no-no because all you have to do is sprint back.
James Yap to beat the buzzer. The one-hander is good off the glass. So big game, James. Making his presence felt at the tail end of the first quarter of action. At least a good ending for Rainer Shine, although they would find themselves down by double digits. Shot fake, drawing two defenders, showing the ball to the third defender, Kevin Ferrer, before shooting it on top of him. But on the other side, Greg Slaughter still dominating. In his second game back for Northport Batang Pier, seems like all the issues have been ironed out. You know, that loss might just be enough to bond this Northport team together. 27-16, 11-point lead for Northport Batang Pier against Rainer Shine. Second quarter coming right up here on PBA Rush. The first game ng ating triple-double, the Rainer Shine Elasto Painters, who are safely into the playoffs already. And odds are they will be competing in a best of three, going up against Northport Batang Pier, who still have a good shot at making it into the top 8. Maraming salamat po for joining us on PBA Rush. Carlo Pamintuan with Coach Jong with Chico on the call, as Troy Reich will be seeing his first action of the ball game. Played at the start of the contest against Magnolia, did not get a lot of minutes for the rest of that ball game because of how Greg Slaughter played as well, as Jewel Ponferrada is posting up down low. I don't know what the plan was for Jewel in that play.
But he got himself into trouble, dribbling the ball, and there was no spacing for Rainer Shine. He just got himself in trouble.
So it is Elorde, Anthony, Reich, Ray, and Ferrer for Coach Pido Harencio. Anthony runs into trouble as well. And the rebound goes to Rainer Shine. Foul given up by Kevin Ferrer to delay or to stop the fast break opportunity.
Yes, that's a good ploy to take away the fast break points. That's good. There were people recognized Ferrer that there were people already in the backcourt in their backcourt.
Norwood, Ponferrada, Borboran, Big Game James, and Asisio. That's 2 for 2 now on the one-handers for James Yap.
Now the question of Northport is how will they find scores now? I think they can probably defend, but where will they get their points now? Now that Bolik and Greg are not in the game.
Malonzo also not in this ball game. As Reich will try to post up against Ponferrada. Cross-court pass to Ferrer. Kevin draws contact. Adjusting midair missing. Another good stop for Northport as they are slowly inching their way back into this matchup. Corcoran does not pull the trigger from deep. Ponferrada down low. A lot of contact between the two. Troy Reich pleading for a 3-second violation.
It could be a 3-second violation because Ponferrada was there in the paint even before the ball crossed half court. But sometimes if you get the ball there and you make a move right away, referees might not call it.
Jewel Ponferrada now on the line for 2. And yung Rainer Shine coach, even during the times of Coach Hengiao and Coach Caloy Garcia, gusto talaga nilang nag-iipon ng big man, no? They may not have the likes of Slaughter or Fajardo or Stan Hardinger or Aguilar, but they will be 5 or 6 deep in that power forward and center position na pwede na talaga nilang paikutin.
Yes, and Coach Yang and Coach Caloy, we were talking also before that they like big men to shoot the 3.
Yeah.
It's just their philosophy. They give confidence for their big men to shoot the 3. And as they say, you cannot walang kulang na malalaki sa isang basketball team.
You'd always want as many big men as possible. First team foul for Rainer Shine here in the second quarter, called kontra kay Anton Asisio. Elorde now gets a switch, big man on him. Nico kicks it out to Troy Wright. Extra pass to Kevin Ferrer against Norwood. Anthony with 3 to shoot. Into deep there. Oh, but at the last moment, nakahanap ng puwang. Elorde just rushed the shot, could not sink it.
Right, so not really, Northport is having a hard time scoring because they don't know who to go to really. They've got to find a way, run some offense, run some ball movement to try to get the best shot possible.
Kevin Ferrer misses from the outside. Rebound picked up by Nico Elorde. That was against Gabe Norwood. Certainly impressive coming from the rookie. As this might be a jump ball. No, Troy Reich gets that ball against Ponferrada. At makakasungkit pa siya ng 2 free throws off a foul from Jewel.
Foul is on number 15, Jewel Ponferrada, his first team for Rainer Shine.
Yeah, that could have been a jump ball, but
Now it's starting to feel like a Rainer Shine ball game.
yes, because the tempo, if you notice, was at the start of the game, the tempo was on Rainer Shine, Northport side fast. Now the tempo is on Rainer Shine side because the game slowed down a little bit.
2.5 minutes into the second quarter, hindi pa nakakapuntos itong Northport. Rainer Shine only has 4 points, but at least they're working on it. Inching closer in this ball game. Coach Chris Gavina nagbalasa ng tao. Mocon ng Batak. Back in the ball game to power their offense.
And then now Northport also made their subs. Bolik's back into the game. Malonzo's back into the game.
That's Doligas also in the ball game. Former member of Rainer Shine. Involved in that trade with Sidney Onwobere. Nice pass, and that one-hander is good for Karakot. Robert Bolik now handling the Rockets team only up by 6. Northport led by as many as 13 points. Kevin Ferrer against Santi. Doligas with 4 to shoot here. Clint makes his move. That was blocked by Santillan. And a 21st second shot clock violation against the Batang Pier.
You see, if you notice that the defense of Rainer Shine is really conservative. They're switching the ball picks, but staying in front. Not very aggressive. Just the right amount of pressure wherein you cannot just easily blow by them or beat them off the dribble.
Good pass down low as Santillan inches his team further closer. Apat na lang ang hinahabol nila dito. This has been an 8-1 quarter in favor of Rain or Shine, Coach Jong.
Because when Coach Pido made the sub, they had a hard time finding opportunity to score. They slowed the game down. But had nobody to go in the half court. And they should still keep the up-tempo game so that they can counter Rain or Shine's forcing the slow tempo.
Simple ball screen, miscommunication on defense for Northport, and then on the run, Reynang Batak setting up Santillan. This is exactly how they got back into that matchup against the San Miguel Beermen. Doing it again against Rain or Shine. Only a 2-point advantage now for Northport. Rain or Shine heating up. This time out brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. The youngsters of Rain or Shine showing off again here in the second quarter contra sa Northport. Leonard Santillan with a career high 14 points against Magnolia. He reset his career high with 21 against the San Miguel Beermen. Will he get another career high in this ballgame against Northport Batang Pier? He is certainly working towards that direction as Santillan has gained his confidence as a PBA player.
I think he's comfortable already. He knows what he needs to do to help Rain or Shine. And partly of that is scoring also. High percentage, 50% against Magnolia. Almost 80% again in 7 for 9 shooting versus Northport.
Foul is on number 7, JB Mofon. That's his third.
JB Mofon called for the foul. Let's check this out one more time. Hit the wrist a little bit. Umabot.
Yes, a little bit, and we give the advantage to the offensive player once he cannot follow through because of a touch on the hand is a foul.
And to be fair, it is not easy to block a fadeaway jumper from an athletic player like Jamie Malonzo.
He's got some size, athletic, fall away fade. That's really hard to defend.
Malonzo, tahimik pa sa larong ito. 0 points, but already has 9 rebounds and a block, coach. So what he's not contributing on offense, he's certainly doing on defense.
Yes, I mean, Malonzo is a complementary player offensively. Unless it's in the open court, then that's his turf.
And just like that, Rain or Shine retakes the lead as they get a 3-point conversion coming from Jewel Ponferrada, 9-0 now.
9-0 run, that's because the 5 players that were in the game earlier had a hard time finding a way to score.
9-0 run, but in the second quarter, it's 13-1 total in favor of Rain or Shine. And this is just basic basketball. If ikaw yung tao ni Greg Slaughter and you can shoot from the outside, that's how you help your team.
Yes, it's a gamble on your part if your big man can make the shot, and it's a gamble on Rain or Shine's Northport's part to come out on the 3 or not. And that's going to give this a decision by Rain or Shine. By Northport, Greg to come out or not.
Foul drawn by Reynang Batak. As he is on the line now for the first of 2 free throws. Coach, another facet of why these games are interesting, kasi may mga interesado ring nanunood from the other teams. Specifically in this ball game, Phoenix Super LPG Fuel Master. So at 4 and 7, they've already sealed their elimination round. They're not yet eliminated because there's still a chance that there will be multiple teams tied at 4 and 7. On one end, gusto mo sana makatabla sa 4 and 7 yung Northport. On the other end, they won by a lopsided victory kontra sa Phoenix, so it will hurt if you are tied with them. Sasakpan nila yung quotient mo. So these are the kinds of maths that are in play for this particular ball game na aabangan natin after every contest, especially involving some of those teams na naghahabol pa sa standings.
Yes, if you're still part of the chance to get to the playoffs, you start computing your win-loss record, who win over the other, quotient system. So it's always interesting in a one-round robin tournament schedule. Importante talaga yung quotient.
Nakita natin yung team standings, no? So if you are Phoenix Super LPG, you would hope that Northport, gets the 7th spot and hope that Alaska, Ginebra, and yourself, Phoenix, will be tied at 4-7 kasi tinambakan mo naman yung Alaska. So maybe the math will favor you and you will get to compete for a knockout spot in the 8th seed.
Yes, so now, the quotient really, if you lead another team, that's why once you're leading, you keep pounding your
Yes,
lead.
correct.
So later on, it will be an advantage for you to get some blowout games offensively in your wins.
Another part of that story is Northport at Alaska maglalaban pa yan next week. So that would surely help out the playoff bid nung mananalo in that contest between the Batang Pier and the Aces.
Yes, because Alaska can get to 4. Again, Northport, you want to get them high already.
Good block coming from Greg Slaughter as he is continuing to protect the paint para sa Northport Batang Pier. Again for Northport, the story is clear. Win this ball game against Rain or Shine, win the ball game against Alaska, no questions asked, aabot ka sa playoffs.
Yes, you'll get to 6 and you're automatic in the playoffs of the
30-second timeout. Rain or Shine, Alaska Peters.
the 2 out of 3. Yeah, the 2 out of 3 playoffs.
So their fate is still firmly in their hands. Yun yung maganda sa kupunan ng Northport. For Rain or Shine, they will be playing a best of 3. Their opponent is yet to be determined, as it's the perfect time to discuss our tournament format. Single round robin, 11 games per squad. Top 8 teams will qualify into the playoffs. Top 2 will have a twice-to-beat advantage. Sigurado na dyan ang number 1 team, TNT Tropang Giga. The only question now is, will it be Meralco if they win at least one of their remaining 2 games, or could it be the winner of our game later between the San Miguel Beermen and Magnolia Hotshots if Meralco loses their 2 remaining games against NLEX and Barangay Ginebra? Another facet of the story na aabangan natin dito sa pagtatapos ng ating elimination round in your Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021. Ito yung mga games, coach, na even if you're not involved, as long as your team is competing for a spot, you are looking at all of the games, all of the results, because you also want to see who your team will be matched up against in the playoffs.
That's right. You want to know if you make it, and the next one is you want to know who you will play against, so you can prepare early. Lalo na ngayon, there's not too much time to prepare. So everything has to be studied very well.
Looks like Greg Slaughter got to that shot mula kay Andre Caracot. Northport just scored their first field goal of the second quarter, courtesy of Greg Slaughter.
Yeah, if I'm in the offense and you see Greg Slaughter coming out, I will just keep dribbling the ball, or drag him out. It's your choice. But don't just settle for the jump shot and try to shoot over him. Make him defend the perimeter, make him defend you. So just keep attacking and hopefully that you bring him with you.
Assist leaders, as you can see, Robert Bolick on top of the pack right now with 6.7. Nakakita pa nga tayo ng isa dyan, papunta kay Greg Slaughter. And when you have a target as big as Greg Slaughter, with the space that he occupies in the shaded area, it's easy to look good as a passer.
Yes, he can look over the defense and see the open man. That's what's good about Greg Slaughter. And he can pass the ball.
Bolick now asking for the screen from Slaughter.
This is what you don't want. You don't want Greg Slaughter involved in the offensive ball screen. You want him off the ball screen where he can seal.
Kasi hindi naman siya pick and roll player talaga di ba, Coach, no?
Tama. He's not a good roller. He's not a good popper. So take him away if it is not his strength. Make him go to the weak side. Somebody else sell the ball pick. If his man rotates to the other big, then he's all alone in the paint.
Careless turnover there. Kontra kay Jamie Malonzo, losing the ball on his behind-the-back dribble. 31-30. It's a 15-3 quarter in favor of Rain or Shine. Biglang nang lamig yung opensa nitong Northport. Gabe Norwood misses from deep. Malonzo, now double digits in rebounding. Has yet to score but has 10 rebounds in the ball game.
Again, here you are, a ball pick.
And Robert Bolick has been settling a little bit for those long threes even in that game against Magnolia, Coach Jong. There's no doubt that he can make them. But the question is, was that the best shot possible in that particular play?
I think when the defender goes underneath you, don't settle yet for the jump shot. Get the rescreen, and you can get closer to the basket for a shot. There he goes underneath. Try the rescreen. That's good baseline bailout pass.
Offensive rebound for Slaughter against 3 defenders. Binaba niya yung bola. Naagaw tuloy nito si Bradwin Ginto as a foul is called against Slaughter.
Yes, and Bolick wants to involve Greg always in the ball pick, and it happened already twice, and nothing. He didn't get anything out of it.
Pagkakataon para dagdagan ang lamang ng Rain or Shine. They're up by 3 now. Down by as many as 13 points in the first quarter. 3 minutes 40 remaining in your second period. Santillan has 7 points in the ball game. Good drive, Euro step. Just could not finish.
So if you saw the closeout of Shan, he was worried about the 3-point shot of Santi. And that Shanti read it right, put the ball on the floor.
Tatakbo ang Rain or Shine. Not a great shot coming from Karakot, settling for the mid-range jumper on the break.
Yeah, especially against Slaughter. You said when you see Slaughter come out, attack the basket, and he can't defend you really laterally.
Good stroke coming from Garvo Lanete. Only the second field goal of Northport dito sa ating second quarter, and we only have 3 minutes remaining. Rain or Shine, tatawag muna ng kanilang full timeout. They have turned this ball game around with a 17-5 second quarter. We will take a quick break. There is no doubt, Coach Jong, that Rain or Shine is a squad that can bounce back from double-digit deficits. If they did it against a team as good as San Miguel Pier in the second half, kaya rin nilang gawin yan kontra sa Northport. And so far, we are not yet seeing, these kinds of numbers coming from Jamie Malonzo and Robert Bolick. The rebounds are certainly there for Jamie, but he is not scoring and he is not creating just yet for his teammates.
Paunang-una si Jamie, he's an open court player. Right now, we haven't seen Northport really up-tempoing the game. That's why Rain or Shine, it's a low-scoring game. But eventually, if the game becomes more open, you'll see more Malonzo. On the other end, about Bolick, he had a good start, but he hasn't really gotten into the scoring mode yet in the second quarter.
33-32, a 1-point lead for the Elasto Painters. Ano yung ginuhit ni Coach Chris Gavina of that timeout? Foul given up by Sean Anthony, apologizing. Tinamaan sa mukha itong si Andre Karakot.
Foul on number 10, Sean Anthony. That's his second.
But they still had a foul to give. Kaya hindi pa free throws yan for Rain or Shine.
14 seconds.
So it's Norwood with Ginto, Borboran, Karakot, and James Yap on the floor now for Coach Chris Gavina. Karakot using the re-screen. Bounces it to Bradwin. His pass. Tap. But they're able to get to it. Pero mauubusan sila dito ng 24. Off a timeout, a turnover.
Yeah, that's not so good. You know, after a timeout, especially you run something, you want to get a shot off, but they could not get a shot off because Bradwin Guido should have rolled to the basket, but he popped and then they turned the ball over.
14
So if
seconds
you're
on the
Northport,
shot
kahit na this second quarter has been forgettable for you, you can still, try and take the lead heading into the halftime break. 2.5 minutes to do exactly that. Sean Anthony to Malonzo for three. Finally, some offense coming from Jamie with a three.
Good extra pass by Shan to Malonzo, hitting him in the corner. He can make the three-point shot, not yet very consistent, but he has a nice stroke. And in that case, they should have switched that because they're big to big.
Mistake defensively there from Sean Anthony.
Mis- yeah.
2 minutes.
Yeah. I question why they want to involve
Basket counts for Jamie.
Greg in the ball pick offensively all the time.
However, the offense is finally starting to flow for Northport Batang Pier. Foul whistled against Greg Slaughter. And then because he can elevate, kaya niyang magtagal sa area. Kaya niyang mag-adjust. He can refocus, regather himself after the bump, and still make the basket.
Yes, and he is not afraid of contact. If you see when he put the ball on the floor, he created the contact, then made the shot. Some players, when they get to the basket, they avoid the contact. But an advantage player of creating the contact is even if you miss the shot, for sure the referee will call a foul and shoot free throws.
Lead is now back to Northport, 38-35. Jamie Malonzo with the takeaway. Robert Bolick is ahead. As he went straight to the hoop for two. Jamie was, I think, praying for another alley-oop there, coach. Pero tama na yung tira ni Robert Bolick. He was already ahead. There was a defender. Might as well take the 2 points himself. 40-35, mid-range J for big game James. There was a foul. Oh, an offensive foul. He's called for extending the foot on the release. Galing din talaga magbasa ng passing lanes itong si Jamie Malonzo.
Yes, because he's athletic good anticipation. And the pass was bad because it was a bounce pass.
Good hands coming from Karakot, but this ball will stay on the side of Northport. Greg Slaughter down low, creates his space, and when he turns into that shoulder, he is almost impossible to stop.
If you notice, the ball pick was between Sean Anthony and Bolick.
Correct.
So that leaves Greg, because they're concentrating on the ball pick, good position in the paint. But if you involve him in the ball pick, then he is 30 feet from the basket, or 20 feet from the basket. Again, here we are again. He'll be 20 feet from the basket, which is where you don't want him.
Sean Anthony kicks it out to Bolick. 7 seconds to shoot. Bolick throws it to the wrong man. Karakot with the takeaway. He attacks as Borboran waltzes his way to the basket. No one there running back on defense for Northport. Could be a last shot time for Northport. Ayaw ni Greg Slaughter. He saw his opportunity. Went up with an air ball. 4 seconds to score. This is way too early for Andre Karakot. Ugly last possessions there, both for Rainer Shine and Northport. But it has been an interesting matchup so far. The player of the half is brought to you by Firefly, the trusted lighting partner by the PBA, and it is the big man in the middle, Greg Slaughter, with impressive numbers already. My goodness, 12 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 blocks in the game for Greg Zilla as he wants to lead Northport to a bounce-back win after suffering a tough loss at the hands of the Magnolia Pambansang Manok Hotshots. They did very well in the first quarter, slowed down in the second, but still they will hold on to the lead, 42-37 in favor of Northport Batang Pier against the Rainer Shine Elasto Painters. Northport, Batang Pier led by as many as 13 points in the first quarter. They lost that lead, but they rebuilt it at the tail end of the second, as they're now ahead 42-37 against the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. Carlo Pamintuan po kasama si Coach Jong with Chico for PBA Rush, the first game of your triple header. After this, we still have the San Miguel Beermen going up against the Magnolia Pambansang Manok Hotshots, and the Alaska Aces facing off against the Terra Firma G. But first, let us check out some of the highlights in our first quarter, where Greg Slaughter continued his dominant ways.
Yes, Greg Slaughter and Bolik having their way offensively gave problems to Rain or Shine, both inside the paint and outside of the three-point shot.
Bo Belga trying to lead the attack for the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters, but it was just Slaughter being a presence down low on both ends of the floor. He was swatting shots on one end and scoring easy baskets on the other. Kaya naman lumamang sila agad. But in the second period, binilisan ng Rain or Shine ang laro. They got to score a lot of points on the break, courtesy of Leonard Santillan.
That's how Rain or Shine keeps in the game. They were able to catch up because of fast break opportunities, and Northport was not able to sprint back on defense.
But when Robert Bolik checked into the ball game, kasama ni Jamie Malonzo, who also scored his first field goals of the entire game in the second period, Greg Slaughter still a presence, still a threat, as he is in double digits in scoring. First, let's take a look at the statistics brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Great effort from the bench and on-offensive rebounding para sa Rain or Shine.
Yes, Rain or Shine had 18 offensive rebounds, 10 only for Northport. Bench points, 20 points for Rain or Shine, and 13 points for Northport.
Not entirely surprising kasi ganun naman talaga yung style of basketball ng Rain or Shine. Free throws though have constantly been in favor of Northport. Doon nga sa laban nila against Magnolia, they were able to bank on a lot of free throws, more than 30 attempts in that ball game. The same story persists here in this contest against Rain or Shine, just showing you how aggressive they are in attacking the basket. Greg Slaughter is the only double-digit scorer of the ball game right now, followed by Bolik and Malonzo, who scored all of his 6 points in the second quarter. On the other side, it's Santillan, Borboran, Ponferrada, Belga. So the bigs of Rain or Shine leading the offense for a change.
Well, that's because they're trying to make Slaughter defend from the outside. Belga had a three-pointer, same with Ponferrada.
Third quarter. So important because this is where, the coaching really comes into play. You learn what your opponents wanted to do in the first half, and then you adjust and you counter-adjust. This is where the chess happens.
Yes, Rain or Shine doesn't like to run, but they do run an opportunity. And if you make them run an opportunity because Rain or Shine doesn't get a lot of easy points, you just give them extra points that they should not have scored. They only average like 76 points per game, and giving them easy points helps their cause offensively.
Anton Asisio opens the scoring in our second half, as this guy has showed no fear throughout this conference. No, binibigyan siya ng mas malaking role ni Coach Chris Gavina, and he is showing that he can definitely do that and be a scorer for the Elasto Painters.
Yeah, at least he knows his role. He's a three-point shooter, so Coach Gavina is giving him the green light to shoot the three-point shot, and Coach Gavina sets him up really on some plays so that he can get open for the three-point shot, which is his forte.
Slaughter on the line for two again. Free throws lagging advantage for Northport. He is joined by Malonzo, Onwubere, Bolik, and Lanete. No Paulo Taha for Northport with back spasms. So that is Northport being short of one double-digit scorer in Paulo Taha. JV Mocon pulls up for three, nothing there. Offensive rebound for Rain or Shine. Santillan does not force the issue. Humingi ng screen. And this is certainly a good idea. Santillan from the outside, no good. But that is how you try to take advantage of Greg Slaughter being on defense. Involve him in the ball screen.
Involve him defensively on the ball screen. don't involve him offensively on the ball screen. And you're correct. That's the way you counter his. If he's dominating offensively, make him defend.
Test his lateral movement as Robert Bolick takes this ball away. Great anticipation there on Wobere. Attacks, layup, no good. But the cleanup is there for Greg Slaughter. That's basically, a free shot para dito kay Sidney Onwobere. If you miss that layup, Greg Slaughter will clean it up.
Exactly. That's good for Onwobere that he did not shoot the jump shot. He put the ball on the floor, and Greg's man had to help. He missed the shot, but gives Greg an offensive rebound.
But Northport will run into some problems if they allow the big man of Rain or Shine to get three-point shots. Pangalawa na yan para kay Jewel Ponferrada.
It's a gamble that you take when either Greg goes out to defend the three-point shot or just gives him the open three-point shot.
Mocon reading his options, wants to involve, syempre yung tao nitong si Greg Slaughter on the ball screen. JV attacks against Mocon. Oh, great move. Patient move coming from Jamie Malonzo, challenging the shot blocker.
Judging the shot blocker, and Rainer Shine is doing a good job of involving Greg in the ball screen every single time.
Bolick runs the horns. Rescreen for Slaughter. Bolick kicks it out on Wobere. Pumatake, changes his mind. Lanete now sends it out to Bolick. Long step back three, no good. Rebound ng Batang.
That's not a good possession for Northport.
But Robert Bolick again reading passing lanes very well. Stopping that fast break opportunity for Rain or Shine as you just saw the second three-point conversion mula kay Joel Ponferrada. Asisio for three. Rims out, Slaughter with the easy board.
Wide open, not wide open, but he got a good look for the three-point shot, and he had to shoot the shot.
Bolick pumunta kay Malonzo. They post up Slaughter. Ponferrada doing good early work, no, kontra kay Slaughter, but that time around, just a good move coming from the big man.
Just too much size, no help from Rain or Shine. Either that's part of the game plan, that you just make Slaughter go one-on-one and no help. If that's your choice, then it's a good, it's a good gamble.
Good cut. Pero nandun si Onwobere to deny Mocon. And this is a leak-out play. Garbo Lanete scoring, advancing his team to be up by 5 right now.
Northport has to be more consistent in that type of offensive system in pushing the ball and not settling for the half court.
Asisio finds his space, a jumper, no good. Onwobere with another rebound. Rain or Shine trying to stop Bolick. That pass was halted, pero mananatili ang bola sa Northport. Batang Pier, 14 seconds in the shot clock. This will be our first time to see Norbert Torres playing in this ball game. Usually he plays major minutes for Coach Chris Gavina. Not in this ball game yet, as he will see his first action when we come back from this timeout. Brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. 5-point lead for Northport, Batang Pier. Greg Slaughter, a big presence for Northport, Batang Pier, and you can see the positivity coming from Greg Slaughter. Of course, the last loss contra sa Magnolia was frustrating, especially when you were right there. Especially when you lost to a similar way to San Miguel Beer and Barangay Ginebra. You know, that Arwin Santos mid-range jumper, that Christian Stan Hardinger buzzer beater. dumagdag pa yung Magnolia, yung game winner nitong si Calvin Abueva. So it's a lot of negatives for Northport, but they will try to turn it into something that would help out the team.
It's been an up and down, you know, series or conference for Greg since last year. I mean, career, up and down career for Greg since last year. Now he's found a home with Northport, and that positivity that he exudes in terms of his game really is showing in these past games wherein he's playing very well.
5-point disadvantage para dito sa Rain or Shine. Foul kontra kay Garvo Lanete as he was trying to prevent that entry pass from happening kasi lugi nga naman siya. Napakalaki nitong si Norbert Torres.
He had no choice but to foul.
Fresh 14 on the shot clock for the Elasto Painters. Belga. Binigay muna kay Asisio. Mocon into Norbert Torres now. He has a size. Kicks it out. Mocon. Oh, block. Nasabayan na siya nitong si Malonzo.
Kala mo, nalusutan mo na, no?
2.3 seconds on the shot clock.
Malonzo can get up there with the best of them here in the PBA. That's just a good move coming from Bo Belga as he continues to look for ways to score against Slaughter.
Yeah, sneaky play by Bo Belga. Greg Slaughter lost vision on Belga, and the inbounder found him for a layup.
Slaughter, tatangkaing bumawi. He kicks it out to Lanete. Malonzo for three, no good. Rebound Bo.
Yeah, that's why I don't like Slaughter getting the ball where he's in, higher than the mid post, where the defense does not need to sag.
Bo Belga blocked by Malonzo.
Malonzo has just a knack of getting those blocks from the weak side and knowing where the shot is coming from.
As we said, he is an outstanding help defender. And yung timing niya, it is perfect because yung shooter, patira na talaga eh. There's no opportunity to pass anymore, meaning hindi mabubukas yung iniwanan mong tao.
Yes, and you cannot teach that. It's innate in a basketball player on when to do it and how to do it.
3 blocks in the ball game for Jamie Malonzo. Just outstanding effort all around. Sorry, 4 blocks already in this ball game for Jamie. Belga for 3. Nothing there as Bolik picks up the board. Atakbo si Bolik but he is fouled by Batang. Coach, we were talking about how Northport had 10 blocks in the game against Magnolia.
Yes.
They now have 10. 4 for Malonzo, 4 for Slaughter. Tapos tig-isa sina Onmubere at saka si Doliguez. And we still have about 6 minutes in the third quarter and an entire period in the fourth. Slaughter, one-hander, gets the bounce.
Yeah, Rain or Shine has, as we said, they've got great size across the board, especially the wings, the 3-man, the 4-man, and the 5-man.
Mukhang tinamaan itong si Robert Bolik as it allows Norbert Torres to score easily down low. Inch Rain or Shine closer. Robert Bolik saying that he got hit on the side of the head in the last rebound play. As he is whistled for a technical foul here. Let's see it from this angle. Tinamaan nga naman. I mean,
Yep.
it was a hit.
It was a foul.
Yes. But
The referee missed it.
oo kasi nandun kasi si Jamie Malonzo. If you see the angle of the referee, he would be behind Jamie Malonzo.
Yes, na-block siya. The referee on the far side was going down already, and he could not see it.
So of course we're saying that we saw it, but we saw it on replay with an alternate angle. So
Yes.
these are views not available for our referees.
Yes.
As Robert Bolick converts on the other side, turning that negative into a positive. Inatake niya kasi tumuturo itong depensa ng Rain or Shine, trying to draw the attention of the referees to call an 8-second shot backcourt violation.
Yes.
Again, you cannot play the game and referee the game at the same time. You have to continue playing.
I think you call it technical. You call it technical. Maybe you're back to
Plays
zero.
dead, yeah.
Yeah.
10 points, 4 assists for Robert Bolick. Ang kanyang bonus free throw is good. So Northport doing just enough to keep Rain or Shine off of them here in the third quarter.
Just as long as Northport does not give any easy points to Rain or Shine, it gives them a better shot of winning today's game.
Bo Belga. Nice pass down low. Norbert Torres is blocked and fouled by Onwubere.
Like that, the Enroberry did not really need to help because Bo Belga was not going anywhere. And Slaughter was handling him pretty good.
Shooting 2, Norbert Torres.
$54-48. As that free throw is good para kay Norbert Torres. Yun naman yung maganda, Coach Jong, no, for Rain or Shine. You can not play for an entire half and then all of a sudden you play heavy minutes in the third quarter and everyone just stays ready.
Everyone, that's I think that's what Coach Gabin is trying to emphasize to their teams, that to these players, that you have to get ready every time. You might not play the first half, but we'll see if you'll play the second half and play heavy minutes. Because you're playing against Greg Slaughter, I think he thinks he has to rotate a lot of big bodies on him.
It continues to be difficult to try and slow down Greg Slaughter as he extends their advantage back up to 56-50. 4 minutes, 25 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Belga, handoff papunta kay Asisio for 3. That's good.
Lord, they should know you're defending a shooter. Why go underneath a shooter?
Slaughter now, far from his comfort zone. His pass, alanganin. Ninakaw nitong si JV Mocon as Rain or Shine will attack here. JV with a nice dish. Norbert Torres with a finish. Nico Elorde draws the blocking foul against Asistio. Only the 14th foul, though, of Rain or Shine. You go under the screen of Bo Belga against a shooter like Anton Asistio, you will end up paying for it.
And they did. And they did end up paying for it. You turn the ball over, you end up paying for it.
Robert Bolick sends it out to Doliguez. Sorry, that is Kevin Ferrer. As the ball will stay with Northport.
Rain Shine doing a good job of playing their game, making Northport play their game. That's what's good about Rain or Shine. They really make the other team play their game, and they will win or lose playing that game. That's what's good about Rain or Shine.
Adrian Wong called for the personal. Tapos, napatid kasi itong si Greg Slaughter. Not yet in the act of shooting. Pasagod pa lang si Greg. Although it will be a fresh 14 for Northport Batang Pier. They have Bolick sending it out to Nico Elorde. 2 to shoot. Elorde will take 2 free throws. So, Coach, would you remember kung nag-abot sa Lasal itong si Nico Elorde and Robert Bolick? Yes, they did, right?
I'm not really sure, but whether it's possible.
And then the two ended up both transferring out of Lasal.
Yes.
Bolick winning a championship with Ateneo. sorry, with San Beda, and then Elorde winning championships with Ateneo. So it's a good story for these guards because, you know, things could have or have not happened for them with LaSalle, pero naghanap sila ng paraan to pursue their own,
Right.
you know, their own success elsewhere.
Yes, sometimes it's the situation, the opportunity that you are presented with. Uh, in fact, Bolik went to LaSalle, did do well, but when he transferred to
San
San Beda,
King
all of a
Lion
sudden,
bigla, di ba? Meanwhile, back in the ball game, Bo Belga, his three-point shot rattling out. Battle for the loose ball picked up by Karakot. Ganda ng seal coming from Norbert Torres. Again, this guy did not play in the first half. Now chipping in mightily for Rainer Shine.
yes, he's fresh, a good role player. He's fresh. Sean Anthony relaxed there a little bit because lumabas, out of bounds si Norbert Torres.
8 points, all in this third period for Norbert Torres. Anthony fakes the three. They're having trouble here. But he saves the loose ball to Kevin Ferrer. Kick out pass, Bolik. Umatake si Robert and he gets the layup to drop. Good back and forth between these two teams. Bo Belga. His pass too tight, picked up by Anthony. But the defense has already set for rain or shine. Back to their zone. Back to the 2-3. Nabakante, Kevin Ferrer for 3. That was a mistake kasi hindi nagkaintindihan. There was a big on top of the 2-3. So no one paid attention to Ferrer.
Because Belga stayed in the paint, hoping that Wong will rotate to his man, which was on the wing, on Ferrer, and he rotate to the corner man. But it didn't happen.
Look at this save coming from Sean Anthony, leading to this basket coming from Robert Bolik.
There.
And then assisting on this triple coming from Kevin Ferrer. Defensive mistake for Rainer Shine. They pay for it with a triple coming from Kevin Ferrer as Northport continues to lead. They're up by 6, 63-57. Northport, Batang Pier has been relying on the offense of Robert Bolik, the 5th leading scorer of the tournament so far. That is, as of today, of course, 17 points per ball game for Bolik, alongside other talented guards in Terence Romeo, Mikey Williams, and Stanley Pringle. Ian Sangalang, the only big in that list so far. Di naman tayo nagugulat because really in the PBA, the guards usually dominate the scoring department.
That's true. They're very, if you notice, they're very ball dominant, the guards that are there in the scoring. Unlike Magnolia, when they go a lot to Ian Sangalang for the score. That's why he is one of the top 5 scoring in the PBA.
Robert Bolik, as you saw on the bench, getting a massage as the minutes are going up there para sa kanya, getting a little bit of help with his recovery. As it will be Nico Elorde running the show here for Northport. He's with Onmubere, Anthony, and Malonzo as Belga picks up the rebound.
Yep. Rainer Shine has to take advantage of this without any scorers in, with the last 1 minute, any scorers in Northport. Even in this last minute, they'll be able to score here. Make a stop and score on in the last shot.
12 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 blocks for Jamie Malonzo. 7 seconds to shoot. Anthony settles for 3, does not get it. Ball will go to Rain or Shine. Ito yung lineup na nahirapan makapuntos
Yes.
yung Northport kanina in the second quarter, coach.
Kasi sinasabay niyang ilabas si Greg and si Bolik eh. So now you're only two options on offense are out. So maybe he's comfortable doing this, but he really have a hard time scoring unless he plays pressure defense and up tempo the game.
That veteran connection for Rain or Shine. James Yap for 3. That's good. He has not shot well from the three-point range. Mas marami yung puntos niya here in the conference from 2. But James Yap will not stop shooting. I mean, that's just his third three-point conversion in 5 games para sa Rain or Shine.
Yes, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that because yun ang role niya dyan eh. That's why pinapasok siya ni Coach Gabina is to be able to find options in the offense.
And that will be the end of our third quarter of action. Sydney Onwobere with a basket down low to extend their lead to 5 points. It has been a very interesting battle between Rain or Shine and Northport. It seems like these two teams are very evenly matched in all aspects of the ball game. But Greg Slaughter continues to tower over everyone else. 10 of 14 from the field. He has 4 blocks in the ball game with 9 rebounds and 21 big points, leading the attack para kay Coach Pido Harencio. And that is why Northport will be holding a slim advantage, 65-60, heading into the fourth and final quarter of action. Fourth quarter coming up between Rain or Shine and Northport Batang Pier. For Rain or Shine, this game is not about positioning anymore. It's about momentum. Because odds are, whatever the result of this game and all the other games might be, they will be competing in a best-of-3 quarterfinals. They will be a middle-of-the-pack team, so kailangan na nilang paghandaan yung quarterfinals in a best-of-3. But for Northport, they will have to win their last 2 games for a sure shot, a guaranteed shot at the playoffs. As you can see here, quarter scoring, Northport having good quarters in the first and in the third. Let's see how the defense will adjust for Rain or Shine here in the fourth quarter as they started down by 5 points. Carlo Pamintuan and Coach Jong with Chico on the call for PBA Rush. Belga with a size advantage, but Onwobere pulling the chair. Smart defensive ploy coming from Onwobere, causing Belga to lose his balance a little bit.
Yes, it's an art. Pulling the chair is an art because it takes timing. Once you see the guy coming back in a contact, then you just move back so he loses his balance.
Kevin Ferrer sends the ball out to Onwobere. No Greg Slaughter, no Robert Bolick on the floor para kay Coach Pido Harencio. Umatake si Olorde and he scores down low.
Why was it called pulling the chair? Why is it
Kasi
called...
Coach, pag pinul mo yung chair, pag nang paprank ka, pupul mo yung chair tapos mahuhulog yung umuupo.
Yung pala yun, ha?
Yes, Coach. It's a prank, Coach. It's a prank. It's a prank.
Nakadengoy ka.
That's his second foul. First team foul for Northport. 14 seconds to shoot.
Again, Northport lumamang ng 13 points in the first quarter. That is now ancient history, but they're trying to rebuild that advantage. Long 3 for Karakot, no good. Rebound Malonzo.
Too long a shot for Karakot. Yes, he found himself open. Again, if you go underneath on the ball screen, make sure you look for the re-screen.
13 rebounds para kay Malonzo. Kicks it out to Anthony for 3. No good. One more chance here. Malonzo wide open from deep. Wala pa rin yan as the tap goes to Santillan.
Yep, good rebound by Malonzo and good three-point shot by Malonzo.
Di nga lang nakakuha ng puntos sa offense na yon ang Northport. Belga will try to post up against Ferrer. Good cross-court pass. James Yap misses from deep. That was a decent pin-down screen mula kay Santillan.
And that's good about Santillan, getting James Shot, their best shooter, open.
Everything but the shot for big game James. Malonzo to Anthony. Good spin move, quick spin.
Nice.
Spins the other side. Ferrer for three, no good. Rebound on Wobere. As Northport is getting a lot of offensive rebounds. At least here in the fourth quarter. Kasi in the first three, coach, mas maraming offensive rebounds yung Rain or Shine.
Yes, but mas hustle player yung the players that are inside the game for Northport in terms of Onubere, Malonzo, quicker to the loose balls, quicker to the rebounds.
Lanete in the ball game for another shooter. Para kay Coach Pido Harencio. Anthony umatake sa gitna. Lefty layup is good with a foul. Oh, an offensive foul is the call. Referee saying that Sean Anthony warded off with the off arm. Coach Pido Harencio hindi maintindihan. Let's see that once again. Did he create enough space? Was it enough for an offensive rebound? The referee certainly thinks so. Batak now runs the horns. Kicks it out, Santillan. Into Ponferrada. Jewel down low, strong move, nothing there.
That's a great horns play by Rain or Shine, getting a good shot in the paint.
Sayang na pagkakataon for Jamie Malonzo. If he just flipped that ball up, he would have been going to the line for 2 free throws. Instead, just a sideline throw in for Northport. Maybe one of the things that he will get to learn in time na pag narinig mo yung pito or paminsan kahit pag naramdaman mo lang yung contact, angat mo na lang yung bola, get those free throws.
Yeah, especially in the PBA that they always give you most of the time, always give you continuation.
Onwubere, well defended by Ponferrada. He attacks baseline, runs out of space.
Yes, that's what Onwubere should learn. If there's no move, pass the ball, and so that somebody else can create. So the ball stayed with him too long and he didn't know what to do with the basketball.
And he is not a one-on-one break you down type of player.
Yes, he's an off-the-ball player. Maybe drop pass every once in a while, do attack the basket, but in a one-on-one situation, he is not yet that type of player.
Jewel Ponferrada connecting with his third triple of the ball game, inching Rain or Shine closer. Counter three for Lanete, no good. Rebound, Ponferrada. Coach, we just received news that Robert Bole is experiencing some tightness sa kanyang hamstring, kaya minamasahe kanina.
Okay.
It's still possible that he'll be back in this ball game as Gabe Norwood hits back-to-back three-point shots now for Rain or Shine. Una kay Ponferrada, pangalawa sa kanya. And that will force Coach Pido Harencio to call this timeout. It's drive and kick. That's the offense. That's the name of the game for the Elasto Painters at this stage of the fourth quarter. And that is Norwood scoring his first basket of the ball game. This time out is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Checking out our team standings right now, the only guarantees: first, TNT Tropangiga is the #1 team. Second, Blackwater is already out of contention. And then, we have the Meralco Bulls, Magnolia Hotshots, San Miguel Beermen, and Rain or Shine already guaranteed of a spot in the playoffs. Ang tanong na lang dyan, where they will end up. All of those four teams, hindi pa sigurado kung saan sila pupwesto.
Yes, placing ang pinag-uusapan dito. That's why every game still up to now still counts so that you can get higher, get to the top spot as and then see your matchups.
For those wondering kung sino yung magiging number 2 team, pabor para sa Meralco yung current situation because as long as they win one of their last 2 games, then that number 2 spot will be theirs. If Meralco loses 2 games, then it will be either Magnolia or San Miguel. Whoever will win the contest later. Sila naman yung papaboran for that number 2 spot. So there's still a lot of scenarios both in the chase for the number 2 spot and dun sa baba naman ng ating standings from 6, 7, 8, 9, you still don't know where the teams will end up.
That's why everybody has to do their job.
Correct.
Meralco has to do their job. Alaska has to do their job. All of the bottom teams have to do their job for them to get to the next round.
Even the Phoenix Super LPG Field Masters still have an outside shot at making it if there is a multiple team tie at 4 and 7, which is still a possibility at this stage. Especially after Ginebra ended up losing their last game against Alaska. They're also at 4 and 6, so the defending champions are not safely into the playoffs yet. I believe the best that they could finish is at 7 right now. So yun na yung best case scenario for a team like Barangay Ginebra, no, from being the defending champion to having to win twice in the quarterfinals to make it into the semis. But back to live action, Robert Bolick experiencing some tightness sa kanyang hamstring. As a foul is called against Jewel Ponferrada.
Getting physical. When you have to get physical really with Greg because he's just got too much size.
How about Jewel Ponferrada and how he has performed in this ball game, Coach Jong? 3 of 4 from deep. And he has 14 points in the ball game to cap that 9-0 run. 6 points dun sa 9-0 mula lahat kay Jewel Ponferrada, Coach.
That's the gamble you're taking. If you allow your big man to shoot the 3 on a pick and pop situation versus Greg and he makes it, then good. If he doesn't make it, then it falls to Northport's advantage. So that's just, it's just a game plan, offensive game plan.
Good move coming from James Yap as he retakes the lead for rain or shine. Big game James has 9 points in this game.
Now, if you were Coach Pido, will you get worried that Ponferrada is shooting well or not? Is again, you fall on your averages. If they play an average game, does he shoot like 75%, which is 3 out of 4? Or will he settle down, not shoot after shooting? His average will go down.
This nice move coming from James Yap, evading the defense from Garbo Lanete. Fresh 14 on the shot clock for Northport. Bolick being defended by Batang. Bolick makes his move. One-hander, no good. Had to go through 3 defenders there from Rain or Shine.
And no chance for the offensive rebound because Greg was somewhere outside in the free throw lane. Somebody has to crash the boards.
This has been a really good matchup between Mocon and Malonzo as Batang misses from deep. Easy rebound for Ferrer.
You know he can make that shot. It was a pretty wide open shot. You know he can make that.
Robert Bolick thought he was fouled, but the ball bounces out and still in their favor. Good defense coming from Jewel Ponferrada. Malinis yung kanyang depensa as Bolick draws the foul against Batang.
Bolick tried to do things by himself. Ball picks, isolation, not too much ball movement.
Shooting 2, Robert Bolick.
Bolick on the line now. Nasa penalty na ang Rain or Shine. Robert misses his first free throw. Past the halfway mark of the fourth quarter, Northport only has 2 team fouls. Rain or shine, as we said, already in the penalty. So Northport, the team that usually gets a lot of free throws, will be getting even more dahil napaaga sa penalty itong rain or shine. And Coach Chris Gavina will request this timeout. His lead is down to 1, 71-70, with 5 minutes 50 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. We'll be back after a quick break. Quickly approaching winning time at the Northport Ventura State University Gym in Bacolor, Pampanga, as we would like to thank Governor Delta Pineda, Governor ng Pampanga, for helping the PBA with restarting the action of your Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021 in the province of Pampanga. Coach, during the pandemic, Pampanga turning out to be a hotbed of basketball. Of course, the PBA bubble was there. FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. Ngayon, restart naman ng bubble doon pa rin. As we take another look at the team standings, Rain or Shine and Northport, of course with the Batang Pier, they have a bigger need of picking up this victory just to inch closer to a possible spot in the playoffs.
Only foul on number 77, Kevin Finnan. That's his third, 3 team fouls for Northport.
Third team foul against Northport. Borboranes with James Yap ng Batak, Mocon, and Ponferrada for Coach Chris Gavina. Big game James, posting up against Ferrer. One-hander is wild. Rebound picked up by Bolik. Robert wants to attack early. Nice dish to Garvo Lanete with a banker.
Yes, if Northport is able to run against rain or shine, it's better for them rather than being able to set up half court, which they did in the first quarter.
You can see that Robert Bolik, coach, is laboring. Mukhang may iniinda talaga na tightness sa kanyang hamstring.
And you know that's how important this game is, because if it wasn't that important, I'm pretty sure he will give some rest, but they need to win today's game.
Kaya naman takeover mode itong si Robert Bolik, as he will be heading back to the free throw line for 2 more. These will be free throws number 21 and 22 for Northport. Sa Rain or Shine, sasampu pa lamang.
Northport averages like 25 points of free throws, and Rain or Shine averages only 25 free throws a game for for Northport, 19 free throws a game for Rain or Shine. So Northport is doing a good job of keeping the free throws low in terms of their defense against Rain or Shine.
On average, 17 points. Make that 18 now for Robert Bolik, the 5th leading scorer of the Philippine Cup as of today. 3-point advantage now para sa Northport Batang Pier. Gabe Norwood gets the switch. They go to the corner. Another block for Malonzo against Mocon. Ponferrada for the tie. That's good!
It's already 4-4-5 for Ponferrada. He's good. He's got it on, and that's why Northport has to make a decision to come out or not to come out on Ponferrada.
And again, that is the shot that is available for anyone that Greg Slaughter is defending. That hook won't work for Greg Zilla. Opportunity now to take the lead for the Elasto Painters. JV Mocon against Malonzo. He scores against him this time. Kontra-tsempo yung talon no? Para hindi na matimingan ni Malonzo.
Yes, he made body contact, so hindi na nakatalon si Malonzo.
So the lead swings back to the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters, 76-74. Look at this. No one close to Jewel Ponferrada. As Greg Slaughter refusing to step out. And then this nice move coming from JV Mocon. He was blocked the last time. He made sure this one was good. As Rainer Shine pushes itself ahead by 2. And we have a timeout. Rainer Shine, their defense showing up here in the fourth quarter as they've only allowed 9 points in the first 8 minutes of this fourth period, Coach John. That's really good defense, like what they did in the second quarter.
Right.
Pag talaga kumagat yung depensa ng Rainer Shine, you know, when they turn it into a grind, that is where they shine.
Yes, Rainer Shine really likes the game to be close. A low scoring and pahirapan ng puntos. Yun ang gusto ng game ng Rainer Shine.
Pero nagkamali doon yung depensa ng Elasto Painters, allowing that basket in the shaded area para kay Sean Anthony. Batak will run the horns again. Ponferrada sa labas. He attacks middle. Nice dish to Borboran, who fakes. Patient move coming from the veteran as Rainer Shine retakes the lead.
So far, they haven't made any adjustments on how to handle the ball pick with Greg Slaughter. And they need to address that because that's how Rainer Shine is finding ways to score.
Malonzo against Mocon. Jamie, fadeaway jumper, no good. And that ball was last touched by Greg Slaughter. Tumama sa sapatos niya. Good move coming from Reynam Batak, throwing it to a spot na mahihirapang abutin si Greg Slaughter.
I think, yeah, that's why just tap the ball. Here's the previous play wherein there was just a penetration and a drop pass.
And you saw how smart Borboran is playing to the mentality of the shot blocker ni Malonzo. One shot fake and he was gone.
Yes.
JV Mocon now goes to Ponferrada. Jewel drives, he is blocked. Oh, but there was a foul. Greg Slaughter not understanding where the call came from. The body, the hand on the body.
The hand on the body. Maybe got some hand on the shot also.
So Jewel Ponferrada on the line now for 2 free throws. He has 17 points. He misses the first free throw.
See, give credit to Rainer Shine. They're defending very well. Northport's average score points per game is 92 points. And they're at 76 right now. They won't get to 92. Give credit for Rainer Shine's defense.
But 2 misses from Jewel Ponferrada, who is the only double-digit scorer of Rainer Shine in this game. Long 3 for Bolik. No good. And that one, last touch by Batak.
But Rainer Shine is in penalty, so why are they settling for the jump shot? They need to take the ball to the basket via penetration or dump the ball to Greg. Now they have a chance to get fouled. And if they do double team Greg in the post, he can kick out for the 3-point shot.
Slaughter now against a smaller defender. Pero malayo pa siya sa spot niya. Readjustment on offense for Northport. Robert Bolik, nice move down low, evading the defense with the sidestep.
That's a better move. Now Rainer Shine doesn't want to foul, and you've got a free lane to the basket.
78-78 as we approach the final 2 minutes of this ball game. Ponferrada with a handoff to Batak. Stingray kicks it out. Mocon. Good pass inside to Batak.
That's just bad defense by Northport because they already made the stop, and all of a sudden, Batak finds himself open.
Oh, good dish coming from Robert Bolick, setting up Greg Slaughter for the tie.
Okay, Northport has to do a better job on defense. Go over the top on the pick and roll. Greg has to step up on the ball pick a little bit. There, make him put the ball on the floor there. Now you're fine.
Great defense from Northport and a chance now to take the lead. Bolick pushing the afterburners. Ferrer for the lead, short. Early shot coming from Northport, Batang Pier. As JV Mocon goes to Jewel Ponferrada, changes his mind about the three. All tied up at 80. 68 seconds remaining in this ball game.
6 seconds.
Ponferrada
You're fine.
to Borboran. 2 seconds to shoot. Borboran, a tough shot. No good. And surely Robert Bolick will play a big factor in the final 48.5 seconds of this ball game. 30-second timeout requested by Coach Pido Harencio. Look at this. Look at this sharp pass coming from JV Mocon.
That's right. A great pass. But all of a sudden, we find Nambatak free. And now on the other end of the floor, good penetration and a drop pass to Greg, which is what Northport should do.
Again, JV Mocon leading Rainer Shine in points, rebounds, assists, and steals. They have other tremendous playmakers such as Rinam Batak, but it is Mocon who is leading them with assists, which just speaks volumes of his versatility, Coach John.
Yes, he can post, he can shoot, and it's his moves are so calculated, nothing forced. Now Northport's ball is there's 24 seconds on the shot clock, and they don't have to hurry. They can take the first shot available, and then miss or made, they have rain or shine to take the last shot.
Rainer Shine with 2 fulls and a 30, only 1 full timeout remaining for Northport. Sean Anthony wants to give the ball up to Robert Bolick. Finally, they connect. Oh, Robert Bolick saw the opportunity to attack Wild on the layup. Good stop there for Rainer Shine.
You don't have to foul. There's a
13 seconds.
13 seconds difference on the shot clock, so you're still fine. Even if they make the shot, you can call a timeout. You have the last shot.
And Coach Chris Gavina will be trying to draw up a scoring play here to give himself and his team the lead. We have a short break. It is winning time inside the Don Honorio Ventura State University Gym. Rainer Shine tied up with Northport Batang Pier. Look at this move coming from Robert Bolick. But he failed to graze iron with that shot. Well defended by both Gabe Norwood, and then the help defender was Mark Borboran. Leading to this opportunity for Rainer Shine to retake the lead. It is James Yap, the inbounder, with Nambatak, Borboran, Mocon, and Ponferrada for Coach Chris Gavina.
Here's the question, and who will they go to? Nambatak and Greg Slaughter for the ball pick.
Ray Nambatak against Bolick. 10 seconds remaining in the
Here
shot
we go.
clock.
The ball pick with Slaughter and Greg
Nambatak kicks it to the corner. Borboran for 3. No good. Rebound battle. Picked up by James Yap. And now they can settle for the last shot. Steal by Jamie Malonzo. Jamie sends it out to Bolick. 7 seconds remaining. Scramble for the loose ball. He will call a timeout. Yes, they still have one. Yes, they still have one. Unlike the dying seconds of that matchup against Magnolia, this one will not lead to a technical. A full timeout for Northport. What a steal for Jamie Malonzo. Rainer Shine could have just held onto that ball and took the last shot of the fourth quarter. But a risky pass mula kay James Yap allows Robert Bolick and the rest of Northport to get a chance for the win. 4.3 seconds remaining when we come back from this timeout. Coach Pido Harencio drawing up a play. And of course, the assistant coach is reminding everyone, guys, please, that was already our last timeout. Whatever you do,
No timeouts.
don't call another one, especially with the game tied.
Especially with the inbounder. Usually, if you can't get the ball inbound, he usually calls a timeout. So the out of bounds play is very important. 4 seconds to go. Still a lot of time for a quick 2-point shot on any penetration or jump shot. But that's great presence of mind by Bolick when he saw nothing was happening. Scrambled for the ball, no discipline. He called a timeout.
If they score here in the final 4.3, that will allow Northport Batang Pier to tie the NLEX Road Warriors for the number 6 spot.
Who will they go to? Malonzo or Sean Anthony? I'd go with Sean Anthony only because he likes to go hard to the basket.
Here we go. Ferrer the inbounder as Gabe Norwood takes the delay of game.
They'll probably go to Greg. With the way I saw it, they'll probably go to Greg on a screen across.
But Robert Bolick is born for these big-time moments. Here we go. Ferrer looking at Robert Bolick. 3 seconds to shoot. Bolick for the win, short. And we are going to overtime.
At the end of the fourth quarter, we are tied at 80. We're going into
Good defense coming from Rain or Shine. Disciplined, steady as they force a tough shot from Robert Bolick. He made a move against Nambatak. Good help defense coming from Mark Borboran, making sure it was not going to be a blocking foul. As he got to the spot first, Bolick comes up short. And we are going into overtime. Bolick could not be the hero here in the fourth quarter. Maybe he can be the hero for Northport in our extra period. 5 extra minutes coming right up. First game of the day's triple header goes into overtime, and that is just how important this contest is for Northport Batang Pier. Jamie Malonzo versus Leonard Santillan. First possession of the overtime goes to the Batang Pier.
Walang gustong bumigay.
Yep.
Rain or Shine wants to win for momentum. Northport wants to win to stay alive or get to the next playoff spot.
Malonzo with an attack. He draws contact, and he'll be taking 2.
foul is on number 7, JV Mokon. That's his first team foul for Rain or Shine.
Oh, not yet? Free throws?
Lack of shooting.
Shooting 2.
Shooting 2 is Jamie Malonzo. So it is given to him. Again, the free throws have been heavily in favor of Northport Batang Pier, at least the attempts. That's attempt number 24 now for Northport. Kalahati pa lang yan ang nakukuha ng Rain or Shine at 12. As Northport retakes the lead 82-80. Ray Nambatak with a bounce pass to Bo Belga. Bo kicks it out to Nambatak. Belga defended by Onwubere. Big Bo makes his move. The hook shot off the glass and in.
Nice move by Bo. Patience in the post. Wants to shoot his favorite into the left shoulder shot.
Malonzo is with Anthony Onmubere, Bolic, and Ferrer for Coach Pido Harencio. Jamie makes his move. Oh, too deep there as Gabe Norwood takes it away. Rainer Shine has the numbers. Oh, what a bad pass. Bolic with a takeaway. Bolic to Jamie, sets his feet for three. No good. Rebound Onmubere, put back. Won't go. Sorry miss for Onmubere.
At least he got an offensive rebound. Yes, sorry miss. But the previous play, I didn't want him standing on the outside, and Jamie Malonzo had nobody to pass to.
Belga, will he get another bucket here? He goes for another move, blocked and fouled by Onmubere.
Yes, now Coach Pido will have a decision to make to put in Greg or not, because I don't think Onmubere will be able to defend Bo.
So we can see the differences sa pagitan ng atake ni Coach Pido Harencio and Coach Bonnie Tan when he was handling this team, because Coach Bonnie, gave Troy Reich a bit more minutes as compared to Coach Pido. But just, the differing styles of both coaches.
Yes.
Coach Pido would rather have a smaller lineup with quickness. As two misses coming from Belga will leave us tied at 82 all.
Yes, that will take a toll on them later on in this overtime game, that he missed 2 free throws that should have given them the lead.
Greg Slaughter was not ready for that rocket coming from Kevin Ferrer. Good idea, just not on the same page with that one.
Yes, Greg Slaughter wasn't expecting a pass, and it was too strong of a pass. That's why they turned the ball over.
82 all. 2 minutes gone by in our overtime period. Belga for three, no good. Rebound for Mocon, who scores immediately with the putback.
Yes, that's why he is a number one in offensive rebounds, number one in assists, number one in scoring for Rainer Shine, because he's always at the right place and at the right time.
Does a little bit of everything as Robert Bolick ties the count at 84 all with a drive and layup.
Yeah, just find a way. Now it's players' game. Find a way to score. Find a way to be able to be effective for your team, defensively or offensively.
Can Batak make magic once again in the end game? Flips it out to Belga. Entry pass to Santillan, who is fouled by Anthony.
Still, that pick and roll is giving Northport trouble. They always find somebody open.
Look at this. Tama lang talaga yung pwesto nitong si JV Mocon, but on the other side, just a great drive against a tremendous defender in Gabe Norwood. Mocon goes baseline, drops off the pass to Santillan, blocked by Slaughter. Chance now for Northport to retake the lead. That is block number 5 for Greg Zilla in this ballgame. Anthony into Slaughter. Second effort is good.
That's a great roll. Once in a while, that's a great roll by Greg, and really finding himself a big target in the paint.
JV Mocon misses, and that's a clear foul. Clear grab against Bo Belga.
Yeah, that can't happen in overtime. In the last 2 minutes of the game, you can't make unwise fouls.
Greg Slaughter cleaning up after himself with the first miss. He was bumped by Bo Belga there, which gave Rainer Shine a 5-on-4 on the other side. They could not capitalize, and that ripped in for Robert Bolick. 4-point advantage all of a sudden for the Batang Pier.
I think they switched the I think they switched the ball pick that time, and Bolick was able to go one-on-one against Ponferrada.
Sinong sasagot para sa Rainer Shine? They go to JV Mocon. A lot of time remaining in their shot clock. No need to rush for the Elasto Painters. JV Mocon kicks it out to Santillan. Santi, layup is good. In all of these youngsters for Rainer Shine showing no fear in the end game. Against Magnolia, against San Miguel Beer. Oh, turnover here. Rainer Shine goes to Santillan down low. passes it back to Mocon, who saves the possession, but they will not have enough space.
Yeah, that's the question you were saying. That's the question. The young ones, will they make the right decision in the end game?
Gabe Norwood getting his hand on the pass. Ponferrada with the steal. But then on the other side, hesitation coming from Santillan. Mocon was already trying to, position himself for an offensive rebound. Not expecting a drop pass all of a sudden. Wasted opportunity for Rainer Shine. Northport could add on to this 2-point lead when we come back. Northport needs this win. There's no two thoughts about it. If they win this ball game, if they win their last one against the Alaska Aces, then they will be guaranteed of a spot in the playoffs, something that they did not accomplish in the PBA bubble, the last Philippine Cup. And now it is Kevin Ferrer triggering the play inbound. 62 seconds remaining. Northport, isa na lang ang timeout. Rainer Shine still has 2 fulls and a 30. Sean Anthony makes his move, spins the other way and scores. Outsmarting the younger defender in Leonard Santillan, Sean Anthony with a crucial basket to make it a 2-possession lead for Northport. Batang Pier forcing this timeout from Rainer Shine. Look at this, attacking to the middle and just spinning to the other side. Anthony with a big-time basket. As he has 9 points in the ball game. He has struggled with his offense, only 2 of 9 before that. Now 3 of 10 from the field, but as a veteran, you make them when they matter the most.
That's correct. Yeah, veteran when they matter the most, and he goes hard to the basket. He can probably get fouled, and for sure he's going to shoot that basketball and not have any second thoughts.
Timeout, Rainer Shine. This game certainly has, that playoff atmosphere into it, because we are creeping into the playoffs of your 2021 Honda PBA Philippine Cup. We thank you for joining us on PBA Rush. 4-point advantage for Northport. Rainer Shine still has a full and a 30. Deep seal coming from Bo Belga. And that will lead to 2 free throws because Northport is already in the penalty situation.
That's I wouldn't have even thought that Coach Gavino would go to Bo Belga against Greg Slaughter, which he did, and caused a foul.
We've seen that play before, Coach. It was at the tail end of the game between Rainer Shine and Phoenix Super LPG. It was Bo Belga with a deep seal, Matthew Wright giving up the foul, but Belga missed the second free throw, which would have forced overtime. Now Bo Belga making the first here to inch the Elasto Painters a little closer. The second one for Bo is also good as he has returned to his normal stroke.
Yes.
Kinalimutan na yung one-hander niya from the free throw line. It is now back to normal.
There wasn't anything wrong with this original one. I don't know why he had to change it.
Here we go. Bolik, top of the key against Norwood. Uses the screen from Slaughter. Hard show coming from Belga. Bolik runs into trouble. Sean Anthony to Norwood, to Slaughter, but Sean Anthony grabs the offensive rebound. No need to foul though for Rainer Shine.
Yes, no need to foul. You're still good. Just play good defense.
Bolik, the dagger, no good. Another offensive rebound, this time on Kevin Ferrer, and now you have the foul.
All they had to do was just get an offensive rebound. They had 2 offensive rebounds, and that will cost them if Ferrer makes 2 free throws.
Robert Bolick wanted to go for the kill, missed the three-point shot, but a long shot leading to a long bounce. Kevin Ferrer fouled, and he's on the line now for 2. Oh, a miss for Kevin Ferrer. So this will be a 1-possession ball game.
If he makes this shot, then you'll still be fine. They need to score a 3 to win, just to tie the game.
Second free throw for Ferrer is there.
4 to win, 3 to tie. So
91 to 88, Rain or Shine will burn their full timeout. We'll be back after a few. And now it's time to ask the age-old question. Do you go for the 3 or the quick 2 at this stage if you're Rain or Shine, Coach John?
I'd take the quick 2, but if somebody helps and there's an option for an open 3, then I'll take the open 3. But my first option will really take the the quick 2 points. If you miss a 3-point shot, if you're looking for it and you miss it, then game's over. The question on the other hand for Northport is, will you foul and make them score the 2, or just deny everybody and do not help and make them score the 2 points?
Here we go, 1 more 30 remaining for Rain or Shine. Northport still has a full timeout. 13.8 seconds remaining in our first overtime period. You can see the 3-point shooting for Rain or Shine in this ball game. A lot of those converted by Jewel Ponferrada, who is not on the floor. Reynam Batak looking for his options. James Yap against Malonzo. James Yap jumps, draws the foul from Malonzo for 3 free throws. Again, playing into the mindset, the mentality of Jamie Malonzo. He will bite on shot fakes.
Yes, he'll bite because he's a shot blocker, and his tendency is to really bite on shot fakes, which is what happened here to James Yap.
James Yap now will be tested from the line. 3 free throws to tie this ball game. The first one is a miss.
The mistake that Malonzo made was he bit on the step in of James Yap, and James Yap, he should have just stayed on him. But James Yap misses the first one, make the second one, then make a decision to miss or make.
Second free throw for James. Oh, it's also a miss. So now you have to miss this one. No questions asked.
No questions asked. Yep, you have to miss this one.
You still have a timeout. If you are Rain or Shine and you do grab an offensive rebound, you can call the timeout.
Yes, you
Call
can.
the 30-second. This will be a battle. James Yap with a good miss, but Malonzo picks up the rebound and immediately calls the timeout. Or did the foul come first? Oh, the foul came first, sending Jamie Malonzo to the free throw on the other side. So Malonzo dodges a bullet there, does not pay for the foul, and can now be the hero if he ices the game from the stripe.
Yeah, sometimes things just work out the way it's supposed to be.
Oh, a miss still from Jamie Malonzo. Will keep the door ajar, at least for this time being. Again, 1 more timeout remaining for Rain or Shine. So Jamie needs this one to assure the victory for Northport. The second free throw, no good! Rebound for Mocon, and they call the timeout. 5 straight missed free throws here in overtime.
Imagine, free throws are such an important thing, and that we know that. James Shamp missing 3, Malonzo missing 2. Who missed the first one? He missed 1. And then just to ice the game, and they miss free throws.
91-88. The door is left open for Rainer Shine to try and force a second overtime with 2.5 seconds remaining here in OT.
Now you know they're going for the 3-point shot, so
You could foul if you're Northport.
sometimes it's dangerous because you know they're going to shoot the ball. So they might call it an act of shooting.
You can foul on the receive.
You can foul on the receive.
On the receive.
All right. The secret here is if the guy gets the ball with his back to the basket, foul him.
Yep.
If he gets him in front of the basket, don't foul him.
Here we go. Rainer Shine will rely on Gabe Norwood
Oh, hey.
as the inbounder. Greg Slaughter will try to deny the pass. Norwood having trouble. Norwood blocked by Slaughter. And that is ball game. Greg Slaughter says, you should have had
shut
me
in
here
the game.
for the last
I
game.
told you.
Wow, what a win for Northport, Batang Pier. Look at Gabe Norwood. That was a decent drawn-up play from Coach Chris Gavina. As the referee deeming that there was not enough contact to call a foul. Greg Slaughter gets another block. That is block number 6 for Greg Slaughter in this ball game. He will finish with 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 blocks. But there was definitely some contact there on the shooting arm of Gabe Norwood. The referee is not calling it, so Northport Batang Pier will walk away with the victory 91-88 in overtime against the Rainer Shine Elasto Painters. And with that result, they will move up in the rankings to force a deadlock with the NLEX Road Warriors at 5-5. Coach Jong, what a game.
Exciting game, overtime game. Rainer Shine played a great game, playing their tempo, and Northport escaping with a 3-point win.
Our next level player of the game is Greg Slaughter, 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 blocks, including the last one against Gabe Norwood. And it is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. So Northport, after missing out on an opportunity to win in the end game against Magnolia, they bounce back by proving that they can pull it off in the end, defeating the Rainer Shine Elasto Painters, who will drop their final game of the elimination round. Rainer Shine will end up at 6-5, as that was their last game of the elims. Next up, we will have the San Miguel Beermen going up against the Magnolia Hotshots Pambansang Manok. But we will be first listening to our winning coach and the best player of this game.
Good afternoon and welcome to our post-game interview. Joining us are Northport Batang Pier head coach Pido Harencio and our best player of the game, Greg Slaughter. Congratulations po on your win.
Thank you.
Greg, coming from a rather heartbreaking loss, you and your teammates displayed grit and determination, especially in the end. How did you mentally prepare for this game?
We're just a team that wants to win. A lot of frustrations last time, anytime you lose a game. But that just makes us hungry for the next one, We trust in each other, we trust in Coach Pito, and we just pulled it together, knew we had to move on to the next one.
Greg, what's your personal goal this conference?
Same goal as it was anytime I played anywhere else, and that's to win a championship.
Thank you, Greg. Coach Pido, welcome back.
Thank you.
Coming from 2 losses, you need to win your last 2 assignments, including this one, to reach the playoffs. Ano po yung sinabi niyo sa players niyo after your game last time?
Okay, first of all, I want to thank everybody, especially our management, Coach Boss Eric, Boss Bonnie, Boss Wayip, the players, the coaches, the staff, for sacrificing. And then they got the 3 wins before we came in, no? Medyo masama lang yung pasok namin. Natalo tayo against Talk and Text, and then a controversial loss against Magnolia, which is actually I'm so apologetic to Greg and to the rest of the team. No, we patch up things. We're here to work. We are professionals, and I just told them these last two games will be a play win for us. No, this is for our staff. No, sa mga tao naniniwala rin sa amin, yung mga Northport fans, yung tunay na Northport fans, tunay na PBA basketball fans, sa mga basher ko, mga hater ko, kung ano ng mga pinagsasabi nyo sa akin. I coach, I played for 17 years, I coached for 12 years. Never akong na-involved sa kung anuman anomalya. Kaya kayo mga haters, bashers ko, bahala na ang Diyos sa inyo. I love you all, okay? To the original fans ng basketball, you understand basketball. And then, I'm so happy tonight because this is the first time me and Greg win na magkasama kami. Because hindi ko pa natikman na magkasama kami ni Greg na we win eh. Okay, this is the first time. No? I like to mention their families, no? Yung family namin, family ni Greg, family ng mga players who sacrificed na nandito tayo, no? Tapos yung nangyari naman sa amin, we have that COVID-19, naging positive ako. Siguro I'm fully vaccinated. Kung hindi ako fully vaccinated, baka na-hospital na ako. Okay, and it's hard, no? It's hard to recover, talaga ang hirap. Kaya ako naman nag-aano lang ako na sana magpabakuna na rin kayo lahat. Okay, wag tayong umiwas sa bakuna. Let's go for that vaccine kasi makakatulong sa atin. This is for everyone, no? Magtulungan tayong lahat para maging normal. Sana kahit paano maging normal ang mga buhay natin. Okay? Sa basketball naman, we're so happy. Tonight, we're gonna celebrate because we're off tomorrow. Dahil ang game na namin, either Wednesday or Thursday, right? So, we just go there, make it some fun, and then at least the respect is there, the trust is there. We build it again, and then we're gonna be ready on the playoffs. Playoffs is a different story, and this team is gonna be different on the playoffs.
Let's now check out the highlights brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Greg Slaughter picking up from where he left off in their last game against Magnolia, still becoming a presence for Northport early in the game. And then Robert Bolick, of course, getting his offense going as Northport led by as many as 13 points. Takabawi naman itong rain or shine of savvy veteran moves, including this one coming from Bo Belga.
Yes, first quarter was really for Northport. Second quarter, then rain or shine caught up little by little.
And it was still a double-digit advantage for Northport. Batang Pier sa second quarter, kumagat na yung depensa ng Rain or Shine Elasto Painters and their offense flowed as well. Nice pass coming from Reynam Batak to Leonard Santillan down low, and then he will take matters into his own hands, scoring off the glass with this one.
Rain or Shine started finding their bearings in the offensive end. Their defense clicked also. That's why they were able to catch up.
Robert Bolick leading the attack on the break there, and then dumping the ball down low to Greg Slaughter. Again, when he turns into that shoulder, he is very difficult to stop with his size and the separation that he creates.
Yes, he's heavy, he makes contact and creates that space for a little jump hook.
Well, the third quarter featured a lot more from Greg Slaughter, and that familiar hook shot has been so effective for him. But it's not just the offense for Slaughter, it's also the way he played defense. But in the third quarter, nahirapan itong Northport to slow down the offense from Rain or Shine with Norbert Torres and James Yap hitting shots.
Yeah, they were able to Norbert, and who came off the bench, was able to contribute. Same thing with James Yap.
Sydney Onmubere ended the third quarter, giving Northport a 5-point lead, 65-60. Jewel Ponferrada played an outstanding ball game by all accounts, coming off the bench for Coach Chris Gavina as he hits one of his 4 triples with 4 minutes and 40 remaining in the contest.
So he made him pay for Slaughter being on him, involving him in the ball pick, and he made, I think, 4 out of 5 3-point shots, which really kept them in the game.
A chance to win for Northport in the fourth quarter, but Robert Bolick came up short with his one-hander, and it guaranteed that we will be heading into the overtime period. Northport, as we said, in desperate need of a win, but Bolick could not give them that in the fourth period. And so we needed to go into the overtime with the score tied at 80 apiece. More heroics from Robert Bolick in the overtime period, hitting this tough jumper to extend their lead to 4, 88-84.
Well, they started very well, leading up to 4. Then Sean Anthony going one-on-one when they needed the basket.
Rain or shine will get their opportunities to try and get back into this ball game. But that last no call on Gabe Norwood's 3-point attempt and the 3 misses coming from James Yap from the free throw line gave the victory to Northport Batang Pier as they now march to 500. 5 wins against 5 losses. They're tied with the NLEX Road Warriors. And if they win their last game against Alaska, they will make it into the playoffs. Up next, we will have the Magnolia Pambansang Manok Hotshots against the San Miguel Beermen. Stick with us here on PBA Rush.